Well, once again, I think the instinct of Brexiteers such as myself have proven to be absolutely spot on. And I think any idea now that the civil service is totally impartial and non-ideological is a complete and utter joke. I'll get to that in a second, but when it comes, for instance, to BBC bias, of course, we've seen former BBC journalists leave, basically become commentators, and the types of things they've been saying. Basically, this delusional dross confirms what people like myself pretty much knew. They thought they worked for the BBC and pretended to be neutral in this weird charade of a system. Of course, we've seen many Brexiteers deeply suspicious, I think, at this suggestion that the civil service is politically neutral. And I think, once again, those doubts have been proven to be absolutely spot on. Of course, we've seen elements of the civil service when it comes to Priti Patel, seemingly working to undermine her. We've seen them speak out against government policy when it comes, for instance, to Rwanda. Suella Braverman, Observer reported, consternation among Home Office officials for daring to say that she wanted to ban small boats crossing the channel. You really couldn't make it up, could you? But I guess it won't surprise many of you to hear that, yes, it seems there is a big anti-Brexit bias within the civil service as well, because you've now had this extraordinary revelation from the ex-Foreign Office chief, Lord MacDonald. Not only he told colleagues that he voted to stay in the EU, but also that apparently civil servants were in tears after the Brexit vote and that the Foreign Office was in a state of mourning. This is Lord MacDonald in an interview with Laura Kuenssberg from the BBC. On this solitary occasion, he decided to tell his colleagues and therefore let ministers know that he voted to remain in the EU. And he felt they would assume that in any case. That doesn't say much for political neutrality in the civil service, does it? Others commenting on this, for instance, Jeremy Breyer, KC there, saying the most extraordinary point here is not that he told his colleagues how he voted, which breaches impartiality per se, but that he assumed that's how the majority of his colleagues had voted and felt. Patrick O'Flynn commenting on this, that a politically neutral civil service is such an asset to a country in theory. Shame we don't have one, and that the case for a US-style fixed-term contracts issued by incoming administrations is getting stronger all the time. And I absolutely agree with that. I actually think we'd be a much better governed country now if we did away with this current system, kind of like the BBC, where people pretend to be neutral, but deep down we sort of know what they really think, aren't they? And it's the usual sort of left-wing, anti-Brexit type stuff. And surely if we had a civil service that actually had people within it who believed in the government's policies and were enthusiastic about helping implement them, then surely that would be a more effective system. And what's fascinating to me is that with the big majority the Conservatives have got, yes, they have conserved this system when it comes to the BBC licence fee, when it comes to the civil service, but it's basically a system that undermines their own agenda. Anyway, let me know what you make of all of that in the comments below, guys. I will keep bringing you all the latest on this and more, of course, so please do whack this video a quick thumbs up, and of course, as ever, cheers for watching.